So, bro, I want to talk about something that brings salvation. There's actually a verse that guarantees our salvation in the Bible. In fact, it's the most known verse in the world. Like, if you look up the statistics, I'm not talking about United States. I'm talking about in the world. And that verse is
John 3:16.
you already know John 3:16.
Yes.
This verse is really powerful. What does John 3:16 say? For God so loved the world.
Yep.
So because God loved the world, we're not talking about the physical world, talking about the people in the world.
Right.
For God so loved the people that are in the world.
That's right.
He gave his only begotten son, that whosoever should believe in him should not perish but have everlasting life. So the reason this verse brings salvation is when you break it down.
Right.
So first part, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son.
Right.
So because he loved the people so much in the world,
Right.
he gave his only begotten son. That tells us there's only one. And then the word begotten, what does that mean?
So the word begotten, bro, if you really look it up and do some little research, it actually means the only one like him.
Ooh,
And it makes sense because when Jesus says, "When you seen the if you've seen me, you've seen the Father."
Yes.
Right. So and John chapter 1 and verse 14, he became flesh. Right. So God is saying, "Listen, I didn't just save you. Like I didn't just send my son on an expensive errand, which he did." Right. But it's actually me.
I sent myself
in the form of my son.
Yes. We are the same. We are one and the same.
Exactly.
I sent him. So for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believes in him. So the key is believe in him.
That's right.
So whosoever believes in him, what do they get in return? Shall not perish.
That's right.
But have everlasting life.
That's right. So let's break it down very slowly. For God so loved, first and foremost, God is love, right? For God so loved the world, like you said,
the people in
the world, that he gave.
Yes.
Notice that, right? So love equals to giving, not taking. You get what I'm saying? Not selfishness. The very, character of God is always giving. What can I do for you rather than what I can take from you? Like literally the total opposite of Satan's kingdom, right?
Yeah.
Satan's all about getting, right? So for God so loved the world that he gave who? The only one like him. Literally, he gave himself in the flesh of Jesus Christ. That whosoever, I love that part, whosoever, that means for everybody.
That's the key.
Not just, this sect of group, not just the Jews, not just the, white folks, or just, it's whosoever, meaning everybody believes. Let's talk about the word believes, bro.
Yeah.
Because sometimes some people can be like, oh, bro, I believe and I'm going to be saved. Remember, we talked about once saved, always saved. I believed 30 years ago, and I'm going to be saved no matter what I do. But when you look up that word believes, bro, that word believe is the believes follows actions.
Bro, belief, right? I was literally going to say that.
Yeah.
Belief is a action word.
Exactly.
It's an action word.
Exactly. So the key is that whosoever, anybody, right, is for everybody, the Jews and the Greek, whatever, that whosoever believes in him, right? So believing in him, not just believing of him. Remember this, theoretically, we kind of talked about this in our other episodes, not just believing in him theoretically, but believing in him literally, experientially, right? Like if I believe in something, that means I'm going to die for that belief. You get what I'm saying? Like I believe that, if I had a son, I believe my son. I love him. I believe in him. Like you're going to ride or die for that, right?
Yeah.
Same thing, bro, with God. If you really, really, truly believe in something, your actions has to show forth in that.
Yeah. Whosoever believes in him should not perish.
Yep. Should not perish.
So that means that some will perish.
Exactly.
That means that there's a possibility that perishing, a better way to say it is that there's a possibility that perishing could take place. So whosoever believes in him should not perish. So you have to believe with action, right? And then that's also progressive. That's something that happens over time where God brings personal conviction. In your ignorance, God winked at it, but now he calls you to repentance and to change, right? To turn from that thing. So that takes place. Whosoever believes in him should not perish. That tells us, what is the word perish?
Well, before that, believes, right? Again, let's continue. Let's finish that. I just literally looked it up. Believeth means to have faith, right? To have faith in something. And also it means to commit, to one's trust or to be committed to. So when you believe in something, it's not just like, I believe in that, yep, boom, it's done. No, when you believe in something, you commit yourself to that belief. So literally, in other words, to be committed to God, right?
Yeah.
And go in, and then your next question is, what does perish mean?
What does it mean to perish? When I think about that word, I think about, you know, on the box when you get some fruit or food or something, it says perishable goods.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
That's what comes to my mind when I think about perish. So, what does it mean to perish?
Let's look it up, bro. Let's look it up. The word perish, it literally means to be destroyed fully.
Okay.
You know, to perish or to lose.
Notice that.
Yeah, to be lost.
Bro, notice that. To perish fully. So that means that nothing left.
That's right.
Bro, you know what this just showed me? Is that what happens with those who go to hell?
No eternal.
There's no eternal hell.
Yep, that's right.
That's what this verse is telling me.
That's right.
Is that when you die, gone.
Yep.
To be fully
perished. You're gone.
No longer usable.
No more. No, exactly.
No longer there. Gone. And so, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, be consumed, no longer exist.
Right.
But what is the alternative? Should not perish, but have what?
Everlasting life.
Everlasting life. So the two things is perish completely, gone, or everlasting life.
Yep.
So gone completely, or around completely, forever. And so that's why this verse right here is salvational.
Right.
It brings salvation.
Right.
This one verse. Like if we had to just if you had to choose one verse to explain salvation, John 3:16.
That's it. That's it.
Breaks it down. So if for God so loved the world, not just the world, but you.
Right.
You.
Yep.
God so loved the world. God so loved you.
Yep.
That he gave his only begotten Son. That if you believe in him, you will not perish.
That's right.
But you will have everlasting life.
Yep.
Oh, bro, that's powerful.
Yes,
absolutely. That's powerful. So then the question is, how do I continue to build that relationship with God? Because you talked about belief. You have to believe in that thing. How can I continue to build that relationship with God? I'm glad you thought that. Go ahead and click on that link right here, and you'll be able to check that out. Comment in the comment section below. Maybe you found another verse and you would like to share more. Comment in the comment section below.
Yes.
And also hit the subscribe button and go on the journey with us. Hit us up if you want to partner with us. Hit us up at Gobeyondpodcasts, our name, at gmail.com.
Yep.
We look forward to seeing you in the next one.
That's right.
Until then, peace.
Yes.